Back to the list of topics. We have a link to lecture notes on object-oriented programming online. Take a look at this article. It has pretty good description of various elements that we discussed today, including classes, interfaces, implementation, some example of UML representation. It's a very useful article. And in conclusion, I would like to just show you a few uses of Violet UML editor. As you can see, I already downloaded Violet and I'm running it. And today we can start with a simple example of an object diagram. To start new object diagram, you just click on this picture representing it, and it starts as an empty diagram. So we have some diagramming tools, and primarily we have an object. So for instance, I can try to define an object, and by double-clicking on it, I can provide its name, for instance, elevator bank. This is from our elevator movement simulation business requirements. And likewise, I can select another object and I can give it a name of an elevator. And I can create another object which could be potentially named passenger, elevator passenger. So once we have these objects, you can switch back to the selection tool and arrange these boxes representing individual objects in computer memory, and switch over to association between the objects. So that would be indicating how these objects are connected. For instance, elevator has an access to a passenger, and elevator bank has a collection of elevators. And so the associations here are pretty simple, very generic associations. They just simply indicate that elevator bank has access to the elevator, and an elevator object has access to the passenger, and vice versa. Okay, so this is a pretty simple example of an object diagram. Now in Violet, you can save definition of your drawing in a file by simply going File, Save As, and give it a name, choose your location. But whenever you'll be submitting the diagrams as a part of your homework assignment, I'm asking you to export it into an image file, which will be creating a PNG file, portable network graphics. So just be aware that I'm asking you to use this format when you're submitting your homeworks. But overall, if you're liking Violet and you're using Violet on your machine, then you obviously would want to save it in a file so that you can access it later on and be able to modify it to your liking. For now, this concludes our set of presentations for our current topics, which is UML and initial coverage of diagramming tools. And please be sure to practice for the next quiz, which was posted on weekly schedule, and take it for grading when you're ready.